14-game win streak. He spoke with Zora moments ago.
Giannis, earlier today, you said tonight would be a test for this team. Based on the score the entire class passed, what did this game reveal to you?
No, this game was great. I think everybody came out ready. Everybody played great. We were moving the ball. We knocked down shots. But most importantly, we were playing great defense. But at the end of the day, it's just a win. We got to build off this. We got to go back to the gym, watch film, and get better.
What stands out about this win are those hustle plays, diving on the floor, deflections, steal after steal. How important are those extra efforts moving forward throughout this season?
It's really important. It's really important. You know, the Clippers, they're one of the best teams in the league, and we're up there too. So we wanted it more. Dante was diving on the floor. Everybody was diving on the floor. I was diving on the floor. You know, this speaks a lot about this team. You know, how bad we want to win.
Kronia pala, Giannis.
Ευχαριστώ.
A great gift for the birthday boy. Jim?
All right, Ted.
You know, I think, obviously, one of our best efforts on both sides of the ball, you know, to do what we did defensively, offensively, just getting closer to, 48 minutes of what we want to be. I think come out to throw a great first punch in the first quarter, kind of take one in the second quarter, and then respond third was really impressive. Lots of guys played well. The defense, just, the scrambling, the covering for each other, the activity. Just a lot of good things from everybody tonight. Good work by our guys.
Pat, who kind of gave you guys the shot in the arm early, and then he kind of just kept it going all game long. What did you think about the way he was able to impact the game on both ends?
Yeah, he kind of, I guess, symbolized how we played tonight. I thought, his effort defensively, guarded lots of different guys. Even had a stretch where, he was on Leonard for a bit, and, I think his energy, his activity, I think he's surprisingly strong. Such a tough cover, but he just guarded everybody, lots of different things, rebounding, cutting, and those threes in transition, in the first quarter, we're able to get, I think up 15 to finish the first quarter. Felt like he had a big part of that 15-point lead.
Before the game, you talked about winning plays and trying to make more of them than the other team. What winning plays stood out for you tonight from your team?
Yeah, to me, there were a couple in the first half, and I think mostly the first quarter, where we're just, really scrambling. There's one time where, I think we ended up mismatched, and they drive at baseline. We come across, and Dante V's back from the wing and gets the steal. And we'd played defense for about 20 seconds that possession, and we just kept scrambling and covering for each other and moving. And Dante ends up with a steal. But I think, all five guys were participating. And I think that play maybe stands out to me, getting on the floor for loose balls. Giannis at half court ends up with a jump ball, just things like that. I thought we shared the ball. I thought we passed it, really, really well. We rolled in our pick and roll game and didn't settle for, letting the switch, just kind of stall us out. So, I guess there's a few mixed in there.
A few weeks ago, we were asking you about this team being susceptible to giving up big leads, especially in the third quarter or so. But over the past week and a half, that's not even close to the case anymore. To put it simply, what changed?
Well, I give the guys a lot of credit. They, I think, have learned from, some of our missteps earlier in the year that you referenced. And I think that's, part of this group's DNA is I don't think they want to make the same mistake twice or do it multiple times, even though I think we have. But I think, 2 times, 3 times, and it's like we're not going to let that happen anymore to the best of our ability. It's still a hard league. It's a hard sport. Everybody goes on runs, but I feel like we've learned from those earlier games in the season.
Coach, the shots were falling, the guys were sharing the ball, but would you say that this game was won on defense? You talked about it. There was a series there where it was steal after steal after steal. So many guys getting on the floor, diving for the basketball. Do you think this game was won off of the defense?
Yeah, when you have a 15-point first quarter, and you're up 30-15, I think that sets the tone for the kind of defensive effort we're going to have. And like I said, they threw a punch back in the second quarter, and scored 28 and cut the lead to I think 9 at halftime. And I like the way our group responded again defensively in the third quarter. I thought early we were good in the third quarter defensively. So we want that to be our identity. We want to put our stamp on the game on that side of the ball always.
Everybody takes it one game at a time, but now you guys are at 14 wins in a row. What do you say to the guys now in the locker room after a win streak like that?
Well, I think tonight you have to give the group credit. I think, we talked about just a more complete game defensively and offensively. But it's just about what did we just do tonight, and how can we take that going forward. Any of the other stuff that's surrounding us is kind of irrelevant, to be honest with you. We don't talk about it. We don't think about it. We talk about our routines, what we do every day, blah, 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 all the same stuff.
I know people, and I guess myself included, sometimes are susceptible to saying Brooks not hitting shots, but what did you think of his effort defensively tonight?
Yeah, we keep saying the same thing. He's just phenomenal. He's just so good in the paint, so good around the basket. I think people don't understand how hard it is to finish over him and the way he does it without fouling. I think, we really did a good job of keeping him out the free throw line. They got some late when the game was kind of finished, but I thought the discipline to not foul, and Brooks a huge part of that because he's getting attacked at the rim, getting attacked in the paint quite often. And the confidence he gives our players that he's back there, I don't think we talk about that enough. I think that his teammates just have so much belief and confidence in him. I think they can maybe be a little bit more aggressive, and I think they want to help him and not put as much pressure on him. It's a building thing. So he's a huge part of what we do defensively.
Wesley spent a lot of the game on Kawhi. What did you think about the way that he was able to defend without fouling very much and handling that challenge?
Yeah, I thought, it's such a tough matchup, such a tough cover, but to have Wesley, we've talked about that since we're fortunate enough to get him in the summer in free agency, that what he can do for us defensively and, take great wings on. And, I've learned he's just got a natural strength more so than I guess I probably would have understood. And that's, something that you got to have if you're going to guard a guy like Kawhi Leonard. And, I think he's got a discipline too. He's understanding what we want to do. And, it's been really great to watch him. And, again, I think, a few of his shots felt like they were timely and big. And then past to Irsan, I just think he's growing and getting more comfortable.
This was obviously a big team win, but Giannis comes out with 10 quick points in the third quarter. You move him over to Kawhi. Just what did you think of him kind of stepping up and being the man for those minutes as you guys kind of closed out this game in the third?
Yeah, it's interesting because, he's been so good this year. I don't know what word I would use to describe his first half, but it wasn't what we've come to expect from Giannis. And, you kind of just were so spoiled and felt like he was human and had, just kind of an ordinary first half. And, I guess he's not going to stand for that very long. And he, came out and quickly turned things in the third quarter. And I was super impressed. And that was the punch that we needed to throw back, after what they did in the second quarter. All right, thank you.
All right, good stuff from Coach Bud. We're going to take a look at the Bucks matchup. Again, 5 assists, 2 steals. He's in the locker room.
I don't know. You got to ask Honey that. You got to ask Honey. It's his birthday. It's always great to, see one of your brother's birthday and, to be here, to get a win. It always feels good. But, you got to ask Giannis how he feel about it.
20-plus points, 4 straight games. What does that show you about what y'all able to do and pull away, man, in those types of games?
We just try to take a game at a time, man. No matter the outcome. There's been games where we, struggled. Win, we gutted it out. So we just got to keep, taking the game at a time.
Eric, Doc said that you guys had a lot more intensity than they did. He said you just could feel their offense wasn't going to do anything all night, but he said it was like you guys really had the intensity up there.
We just having fun, playing for each other on both ends of the floor. We doing a great job of rotating, not just this game, but, the last, 13, 14 games we've been, playing well on that end of the floor. And they got great players over there, man, that just didn't make shots tonight.
Eric, Bud said that sometimes not you specifically, the team can take Giannis for granted. He's such a superhuman. And in the first half, he was sort of humanized, and then he came out with a big punch in the third. Do you think sometimes you see him as superhuman in terms of what he's able to do?
Of course. You know, some of the stuff he do is just surreal, man. The blocks, you know, the scoring, making plays for, you know, his teammates, the hustle plays he make, diving on the floor. So it's just countless plays that he make that, you know, you just don't see on the normal. So I'm glad to be on this team, honestly.
Eric, you guys have said tonight was...
Oh, yeah. All smiles, Eric Bledsoe. They're going for 15 straight, folks. Can you believe it? I said 15 straight on Monday when they host the Magic. And I'll tell you what, the Bucks already won down in Orlando in November as part of this win streak as well. And what more can you say at this point?
Well, Bledsoe just said it. He said, "I'm happy to be on Giannis's team." I think that's how a lot of the guys on the Bucks are feeling. A lot of Bucks fans are feeling that way too. He is doing some superhuman things, and Bledsoe's got it figured out. He's just turned 25 years old, and he's happy to be on Giannis's team.
Steve, you've been around a long time, played with some great players. It's got to be a special feeling, though, to be part of that if you're a player. Know that you're in the mix, that this all counts as a team as well, led by Giannis.
You're absolutely right. There's very few guys that can truly control an NBA game, that can, if you're down, bring you back, that can have the dominance and do what he does. The Dwayne Wades, the Manu Ginobilis, the Dirk Nowitzkis, those guys can control games. Giannis is unbelievable right now.
All right, Bucks win streak continues behind a surprisingly dominating performance over the Clippers here tonight. Back on the air Monday, 6:30 for Bucks Live to get you set for potentially win number 15 in a row. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. See you back here on Monday.